Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Eagles and the Browns. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Cleveland Browns taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and off we go to wrap up this Sunday of action. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of this Super Bowl will begin at the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And Charles, the big story of the week leading up was not really about the players, but about their head coach looking to tie Bill Belichick with a 6th Super Bowl title.
And something that just keeps coming back to me is something you said during the week leading up to this one, partner. How he continues to reinvent himself as a coach. You mentioned it's not just the X's and O's. You like the way he relates to his players, and you think that makes him special, and I think that you're right. We've seen it through the years. Each team is different. He gives them the right game plan and knows how to read each team to not only just get them to the big game, but to try and win it as well, and they've done a lot of that. As you mentioned, trying to win his 6th Super Bowl title.
We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we are looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And this nearly an interception right off the bat. An early crisis averted as that winds up incomplete. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You have
under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Now back to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And how about this, a fake? And this is caught. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So from the 36 now, first and 10. They're going to look to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now a second and 10.
They'll look to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Olsen. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Jalen Carter with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at their own 46. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season, and that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Here's second and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 25-yard line.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter.
We're scoreless after one. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2.
And it's caught. And he'll be out of bounds. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a first and goal.
A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's first and goal.
It'll be Hurts on the option.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Hurts.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
McPherson's kick is good.
And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Back to throw again.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
And that play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. And out now come the Eagles. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now left side on the swing pass.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on
pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
Cleveland offense making their way out as we eke closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is where close games.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. 41 yards. And the Browns have taken the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
This taken in right around the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive.
And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling.
Throwing is Hurts.
Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a first down.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. He made his first, this from 47 yards out.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And they'll have time for 1 play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith.
Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player, and it appears to be Devontae Smith who's having some problems here. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on third down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. He'll take it at the 42. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Blake. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2.
They'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Now whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Browns send out their punter now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. Averaging over 50 yards of punt so far as this one's away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. He'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to loft it deep right sideline.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to take another shot here. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for Cleveland. 44 yards.
You just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he will find his man on the outside. Touchdown! A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Browns will extend their 3rd quarter lead here in this Super Bowl.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. They have the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff up the middle. Crocker, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Here's Hurts to throw.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play.
An entire season coming down to this next quarter. 3 in the books here in the Super Bowl.
We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action.
Under pressure, they got him again. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
And Hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. On 2nd down now, it's Blake. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option.
And they'll get him down right about the 20. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the 4th quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
2nd down. Here's Hurts.
Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On first down, Hurts. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And this Browns defense stands tall. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
And strong running here on the first 2 plays of the drive. He's got another 1st down on a gain of 12.
On 1st down, Blake.
Down to the 42, 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On 2nd down, it's Blake trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that one too wide and incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Hurts.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw again.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
Fielded just inside the 20. And how about this? The dog pound gets the crown. The Cleveland Browns are the Super Bowl champs. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.